Welcome to this introduction to Samplestack. How many have encountered three-tier architectures before? One of the drivers behind three-tier architecture, and one of the reasons for its staying power, is to factor out the main functions of an application stack into components that can be developed, managed, and scaled independently. At the bottom, there's the database. It maintains a shared state throughout the stack. In a database like MarkLogic, it can also run specialized logic close to the data, encapsulating functionality, and saving as serialization and network hops. Above the database is application middleware. This middle tier is responsible for handling state changes from the front end and enforcing business rules. For example, not selling more widgets than you have on hand in inventory. Middleware is the friendly face to the persistent data, providing services in the language of the business, enforcing rules, and orchestrating interactions with other systems. Finally, at the top of the stack is the UI. The UI is where the users interact with the data. Increasingly, the workflow of how a user progresses through an application is managed in the UI. To help demonstrate how MarkLogic can fit nicely into this architecture, we have built a sample three-tier solution called Samplestack. This solution demonstrates many functionalities and good practices for MarkLogic. The Samplestack project can be downloaded or forked from GitHub. Let's take a look at it now. The most basic functionality of a search application is search. Notice this application is doing a full text search. Remember that each document is fully indexed when submitted to MarkLogic, which means that we can search across all of the content in our database. In this example application, each question is submitted as a document. When we do a search, we are able to search through the titles, questions, and tags all at once. Notice for our current result set that we have a little over 300 results. Instead of searching through all of the documents in the database, maybe we want to only search a subset. This can be accomplished by creating facets. Facets can take the forms of tags, numeric values, or date ranges. We have now limited our search to just those questions that have a specific tag. Notice how the number of search results has dropped, proving that our focus has narrowed. Being able to ensure that the right individuals are getting the right access is important. MarkLogic allows you to implement role-based security, providing control over who has access to the database as a whole, portions of the database, and specific documents. In this example, we have not logged in yet. This means we are using a guest account. As such, we do not have full access to all of the questions. Notice there are less than 2,000 available and that we don't have the rights to post a new question. Samplestack is a real-world example of a multi-tier enterprise application. When we log into this application, we are going to be authenticating via LDAP and mapped to a MarkLogic user and associated roles. Now that we've logged in, we now have access to almost 3,000 questions and can create new ones. Let's go submit a question. In Samplestack, each question is its own document. When we submit this question, a new document is added into the database. Here is our new question as it is stored in the database. This document will be updated as comments are made and answers are supplied. Let's go ahead and do that, but it doesn't make sense for Joe to answer his own question, so let's log in as someone else. Okay, now that we are logged in as Mary, we can go ahead and open the new question. Mary is a little shocked at Joe's lack of knowledge and says as much in her comment. See how the document which represents our question has changed? It now has the comment with all of Mary's details. Now let's add an answer. While Mary could now vote for her own answer if she wanted to, she can't accept it as this is not her question. Let's see what the document looks like in the database now. The answer that Mary submitted has been added to Joe's question. Now that Joe's question has an answer, Joe and his fellow Samplestack users can give their opinion of the answer by voting. Watch Mary's reputation as we do so. Notice how Mary's reputation has increased? The voting in Samplestack is used to demonstrate how weight can be added to content to affect search results. Since Joe is the owner of the question, he has the ability to accept the answer. Now that Joe has accepted the answer, those details have been added into the question document. The data is organized in MarkLogic differently than it would be in a relational database. In a traditional relational database, the information representing the question and its answers would have been spread across multiple tables. In MarkLogic, these details are denormalized, so that everything we need to know about a question is in a single document. This makes it very efficient for us to pull up these details. The accepting of the answer changed more than just the question. It also changed Mary's standing. Now that her answer was accepted, we can see that her reputation has gone up. Again, this detail could be used to adjust how results are weighted, as we could give more credence to Mary now that she has a better score. This demo has gone through some of the core functionalities that have been implemented in the Samplestack application. Now that you have a basic introduction to MarkLogic, what should you do next? Knowledge is power. Please check out our other on-demand courses for more details on how MarkLogic works and how it could benefit you. Also, we do offer free training classes conducted by live instructors. There are classes available for both administrators and developers. If you would like to jump right in, the MarkLogic software can be downloaded from our developer website. This is also where you can sign up for the MarkLogic mailing list. The Samplestack application that we explored is available from GitHub, along with other MarkLogic applications and tools. We hope you have enjoyed this introduction to MarkLogic, and we look forward to seeing you in a future MarkLogic University class.